today I've got some pies from Ashby's and St. Helier's. Let's try it out and rate it from 1 to 10. So a while back I released a video asking you guys where I can find the best pies in Auckland, and Ashby's was by far the most commented bakery. So the expectation is quite high. So I got the butter chicken pie for $12 and the beef chicken cheese for $13. This is by far the most expensive pie I've ever bought. This is like almost double the price of most pies. Let's see if it's twice as good. Let's try it out. We'll start off with the butter chicken. Cheers. First off, I have to say, in terms of the pastry, in terms of flavor, that might be the best I've ever tried. Really good buttery flavorful pastry. And it's very nice and flaky. However, I would have liked it to be a bit more crispy because it's more on the softer side, but I don't mind it at all. It is definitely good pastry, but I think it would definitely be better if it was more crispy. And then there's the filling, which is also really good. Really jam-packed full of flavor. It's a little bit sweet, creamy, savory. You can really taste all the spices in here. And I think there's a little bit of tartness coming from the tomatoes. Really nice kind of gravy filling here. The chicken here is also quite nice. It's not dry. I like how the pieces are not too big, which means that it's not going to be too dry. I'm giving this an 8.1 out of 10, which means that this is the first pie I've reviewed which has gotten over an 8. So I hope the next one is going to be just as good. Time for the beef chicken cheese. Just by holding it, the pastry already seems a lot different. The bottom part seems a lot more firm compared to the other ones, but let's try it out. Cheers! This one I'm not that impressed with. I feel like the pastry on this one is just completely different to the one I just had before. The pastry on this one is a lot more firm, but it's also nowhere near as flavorful. It's not as buttery as I would like. It's definitely crispy, but it's not flaky at all. There's like not much layers going on in here. I'm low-key disappointed by this one. Just because the bar was quite high from the butter chicken pie. The filling here is actually quite nice. Very nice tender pieces of beef, but in terms of flavor, it's not like anything crazy. I think they're quite generous with the cheese. There's some cheese sprinkled on top of the filling and also on top of the pastry, which means that every single bite you do get a bit of cheese, which is really nice. And the bechamel in here is actually quite nice. It gives a nice, this little creamy and oozy type texture. It's pretty good. I'm giving this a 7.1 out of 10. To be honest, I'm not sure why there's such a difference between the pastries, but there definitely is to me. But overall, I really enjoyed the butter chicken pie. That was really good. Definitely the best pie I've reviewed so far, without a doubt. Although the pies here were good, but they were also really expensive. To be honest, I'm not really sure if I would pay that much for a pie again, but it was definitely a good pie regardless. Anyways, peace.